We are now doing a bivariate analysis, which is comparing two different variables instead of just one. So we want to go up here to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Crosstabs. And let's say we want to compare different races and we think one race may feel more depressed than another. So we would want to put I felt depressed for the dependent variable and then the race as the independent variable. Once it pulls up our next screen, we'll show how many participants are in this study, which is 30. And then it breaks it down. We have African Americans and Caucasians and how they felt depressed. For African Americans, 2 chose rarely or none at the time, while Caucasians chose 7. So that's just an example of how we can look at this data. Down at the bottom, we could see that Pearson's value of negative 0.112, which indicates a very weak relationship between race and I felt depressed. The Spearman correlation of negative 0.046 just reinforces that no meaningful correlation exists, as was stated in the Pearsons. So since that one had no meaningful correlation, let's try to do this differently and go to correlate bivariate. Instead, this time, let's look and see if age maybe makes a person feel happy. So we would put I was happy, and then let's do age. And I like to keep my means and standard deviations on and make sure that these 3 things are checked. So I was happy. The mean is 0.97 with a standard deviation of 0.765, meaning that the responses varied moderately for the happiness. The standard age, the mean age was 25 or about 26 years old with a standard deviation of about 6.4 years. Down here, we see the Pearson's correlation of negative 0.051, which means that a very weak negative correlation exists between age and I was happy. This means that as age increases, then happiness slightly decreases, but the effect is very, very small. The significant two-tailed of 0.788, that is the significance. And we know from our studies that a p-value that is greater than 0.05 means the result is not statistically significant. So here, since it is 0.788, which is much greater than 0.05, then this means that there's no meaningful relationship between age and happiness in this data set. Keep in mind, this data set only has 30 participants, so we might want to do additional studies to make sure that we have the most accurate information.